From the prehistoric ages all the way to the modern eras, history has shown that we as human beings have a way of adapting, building, and growing. Our ability to innovate and create new ways of doing things has opened doors to bigger and brighter opportunities. A lot of these opportunities have been created through technological advancements and education. In today's video, we're going to take a trip back to 70 years in the past and explore the transformation of the American dream and the factors that made it possible for anyone to become a millionaire in today's world. We're diving into a bit of history today, so grab some popcorn and let's get into it. The 1950s was one of the most prosperous economic times in American history. After winning World War II, almost 16 million veterans returned home and the housing boom began. With the return of the American heroes, the baby boom also made its debut with almost 4 million babies being born each year in the mid-1950s. As the population in America grew, it's safe to say that innovation in technology and industrialism grew as well to fit the needs of the consumer class. The 1950s opened the door for the golden age of capitalism. More and more businesses were forming, which meant job security for the American men. Families began to believe in the American dream again. For the young Americans in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, the American dream was an idea that echoed freedom and equality, not necessarily material wealth. It was a time of living in the suburbs with white picket fences and keeping up with the Joneses. All families really needed were their televisions, radios, and cars. Men went to college, got a degree, and were expected to go to work, while women stayed home, took care of their children, and tended to their house. Although women have been allowed to go to college since 1836, it didn't start becoming the social norm until the mid-1900s. It's in these past 4 decades, the 50s to the 80s, that we're introduced to this way of life. After you graduate from high school, you should go to college and earn a degree. Use your degree to get a job where you work 40 hours a week and spend 2 days for your leisurely activities. Take 2 vacations a year if you can. This was the American dream for most people growing up in these decades. People learned how to do things by going to school and eventually college, visiting their local library and checking out books, and even using a home computer if they were so lucky. For those like me who weren't alive yet for the pre-internet world, it may seem impossible that people actually survived without iPhones, GPS, and the beautiful creation that is Stranger Things, but the reality is that they did, and people seemed genuinely happy. However, the internet, games, and communication technology blew up in the 1990s and early 2000s with the inventions of the Nintendo 64, Tamagotchi, Game Boy, MySpace and Facebook, portable DVD players, Walkmans, and MP3 players. Households all across America became filled with different electronics, computers, and TVs in every room. Entertainment and communication became mobile, and the internet changed the world forever. With the introduction of social media in the late 1990s and early 2000s, came a shift in the American dream. From Mark Zuckerberg creating Facebook and keeping up with the Kardashians taking the world by storm, to Barack Obama becoming the first Black president of the United States, Americans were introduced to the idea of individualism. TV shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Friends reflected the evolving dynamics of friendship and family circles. Meanwhile, musical artists began resonating with societal concerns, the rejection of conformity, and the pursuit of individual freedom. Not only that, but social media also paved the way for a magnification of problematic issues like jealousy, lack of emotional connection, selfishness, and a decrease in physical activity. Although this boom had its pros and cons, the message the world was receiving was this: the rules are changing, you can be whoever you want. While I have my own conflicting opinions about this message, I think there's some good power to it. When we are socially tolerable to allowing people to do what they do best, it opens the door for economic and wide-scale growth. We as humans were created to build, innovate, create, form connections, and make something of this world that we're living in. When we drop the stereotypes of what we think certain people should say, be like, and do, and instead let people be who they were created to be, we usher in transformative growth in our world. This brings us to the new way of work and life. We now find ourselves in the 2010s to 2020s, where we have flat-screen TVs in every room, iPhones, tablets, laptops, Netflix, YouTube is popular, and you can take online classes for school. The world is evolving at a very fast pace. Flying cars are just around the corner and space travel is becoming more real every single day. To say that the old rules of learning and work are going to fly in this world's changing landscape would be a lie. Whether we like it or not, the work we do with our lives has to put food on the table. And with the rise of artificial intelligence, that is only going to become a bit more difficult depending on which side you're on. You can either be on the side of the innovators and producers or on the side of strictly consumers. You see, we all produce and consume up to a certain capacity, and that's what makes a flowing and healthy economy. However, if you're strictly consuming all the time, and you don't have any means of producing besides your 9-to-5 job, you're going to be left in the dust. That's because your knowledge, skills, and actions can't keep up with the growing advancements in technology and overall economics. The American dream for lots of people in this day and age is the laptop lifestyle, having an online business that allows you to work from wherever you want, whenever you want. It's a glamorous lifestyle to have time, money, and location freedom, but it's not ideal for everyone because we all have different dreams and goals. However, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur with your own business or an employee. If you want to survive and thrive in this changing economy, you need to be leveling up your knowledge, skills, and resources all the time. If you're an entrepreneur, where is your industry headed? How can you get a jump on the latest trends and advancements to pave your own path and introduce the world to new ideas, systems, and technologies? How can you make yourself and your business more valuable? If you're an employee, how can you level up your skills and knowledge? Where do you see your company heading, and how can you become irreplaceable and more valuable as well? How can you become 10 times more productive at work? What can you learn in your spare time to help your bosses succeed? It is not enough anymore to just go to college and get a job unless you want to be working your entire life. You've got to have a plan for your professional, personal, and financial growth so you don't fall under. But if you not only want to survive, but also thrive and build generational wealth, you're going to need to make some changes to your beliefs, your means of learning, and your attitude about work. Let's start with your beliefs. In the world we live in now, anyone can build anything. If you're a medical student who wants to become a chief surgeon, it's possible. If you're a college dropout who has dreams of building a popular media company, you can do it. Popular professions, especially those in entertainment or media, are no longer being gatekept by powerful institutions and executives. It has never been easier to get started in your chosen work or profession just because we have more freedoms, resources, and technology than we did 70 years ago. We live in a time where the only limit to your personal, professional, and financial growth is your own belief systems. If you're going to take advantage of this informational age the right way, you have to know what your end goal is for the work you want to do and what your financial goals look like. The reality is this: if you have no idea what your destination is, you'll have no idea how to get there. You've got to be intentional. So what do you believe about yourself, your passions, and your skills? Where do you see yourself in your professional or entrepreneurial journey 10 years from now? Figure these questions out because they will determine your next course of action. Secondly, define your means of learning. I don't care if you've been alive for 18 years or 50 years, you will be learning until the day that you die. If you don't have the right system for gaining knowledge and learning skills, you'll be in trouble. This is where the internet comes into play. Again, it has never been easier to learn because of all of the resources we have at our disposal. If you have a laptop and an internet connection, you can learn anything. You can become a real estate agent through online classes for $400. You can learn how to become a freelance video editor from YouTube videos. You can learn how to write and direct your own movie using masterclass.com. There are tons of free courses, videos, and books out there that teach you entrepreneurship, soft skills, hard skills, how to speak a different language, or how to potty train your dog. Some great websites to learn for free or low cost are Skillshare, Coursera, Udemy, YouTube, or Allison.com. There are even apps that will teach you new skills, grow your mindset, or increase your knowledge. There is no excuse, you just have to figure out what you need to learn, how it will help you elevate your career or business, and how to best learn it, which takes trial and error. Where most people go wrong is that they learn something new and then don't take action on it. Don't learn stuff just to say you know how to do something. Learn so that you can actually implement new things into your work. If you just learned how to make a website, then go and build your website for your business. Learn to take action on the skills and knowledge you acquire. Lastly, you need to change your attitude about the work you do. Although we can be selfish at times, we all have the innate desire to help others in some capacity. If the end goal for your work and your finances is only focused on your own gain, you'll never succeed. You have to realize that no matter the work you do, whether you're raising a child or building $1 million company, your work has influence over others. There will be days where your goals won't be enough to get you out of bed, and it's in those moments you need to think about the people you influence. Maybe it's your children, your team, your clients, your family, or your viewers. You aren't just doing this work for yourself. Your business or career will have a lasting impact on other people, so use that as motivation when the going gets tough. For sticking around until the end of this video, I have a bonus tip for you. If you're going to learn anything, learn how to make, manage, and multiply your money. You can be the lead innovator in your industry, making significantly more than the people around you, but if you don't know how to save and invest, you'll end up broke. Take some time to invest into your financial education. It will save you a lot of time and money in the long run, especially if you want to retire one day. If you want to learn more about money and investing, I have 2 videos you can watch that are linked in the description. Now that you understand a little more about this informational age we are in right now, it's time to go out there, make the most of your passions, knowledge, and skills, and change the world. I'll see you in the next video.